Hi, this is Ed Kaminsky from Strand Hill, Christie's International, and the Kaminsky Real Estate Group. Welcome back to the EdZone. What is the EdZone? It's really a live broadcast where I'll share with you current trends on real estate investing, buying, and selling. And what makes it special? It's live. So if you have any questions during the broadcast, feel free to post them online. I'll look for them and try to answer your questions right now. So today, what are we going to talk about? A few topics. We're going to talk about buying in today's real estate market and what is the cost if you wait. What are projections for real estate prices in Los Angeles County? And what are projections for interest rates, as well as what is the compound effect by waiting in all these factors? So I read in the Wall Street Journal today that home ownership rates are increasing for the first time since 2004. So what does that mean to us today? The Wall Street Journal reported that the U.S. home ownership rate rose in 2017 for the first time in 13 years, and it's been driven by young buyers who overcame rising prices, tight supply, and strict lending conditions to purchase their first homes. According to Zillow's chief economist, housing costs are rising, competition amongst buyers is fierce, and the number of homes actually available to buy is at its historic lows, and still U.S. homeownership is on the rise, climbing for the second straight quarter. So if what we are seeing was largely existing homeowners trading properties between themselves, homeownership would be flat or falling. That it's rising, however modestly, proves that there's new blood entering the housing market, that renters are finding a way to transition into home ownership, and more people are striking out on their own. So what I find on the more general economic data is I think there's a lot more confidence in the young buyers. They're willing to make that long-term commitment, and since this requires planning and hard work to save for a down payment, manage their credit worthiness, I see this as a good sign that the next generation is taking the big step in buying homes, and this bodes well for a solid run of stability. Plus, people took the big financial hit in the housing bust of 2007 to 2010. They've recovered, they're gaining fresh optimism. But so what if it's you and you're still there, you're on the fence, you're waiting to buy, trying to figure out what is the right time? I've seen some interesting numbers recently, and I'll post those up online, but there is, based on the projections, a possible cost to waiting. So if you look at the MBS highway value projections, where are prices going to go? Well, just say for the short term, over the next 3 years, they are saying that we are going to still have appreciation in real estate prices over the next 3 years in the possible 7% per year range. If that is true, just your mortgage amount alone can significantly rise, and that's going to have an overall effect on your cost. If you look at some of the numbers that will get posted, you're also going to see, number one, you're going to have a monthly payment increase because of the higher mortgage amount, and interest rates, which is really the scary one, are projected to go up quite dramatically over the next 3 years. Today, where are interest rates? If you're going to get a 10-year ARM mortgage, meaning it's adjustable rate mortgage, you can still get those in the threes, 3.5, 3.6. And if you're going to get a 30-year fix, they're more likely going to be in the low fours. But over the next 3 years, we could see those easily get into the fives. That higher interest rate can cost you a lot of money. What I'm going to show you here is just looking at the 30-year fixed and the 10-year ARM. In both cases, if you waited on $1 million purchase price, 3 years, it's going to cost you over $750,000. Now, if you waited 1 year, $84,000 in one case, $85,000 in another case of your personal cash. And these are post-tax dollars, so it actually could cost you more. So really, that's what I want to talk about today. Is there a cost of waiting if these projections are right? There's definitely a cost. Is now a smart time to buy? Most people agree if you can lock in today's interest rates, for 30 years or for 10 years, you're most likely going to save money. So if you're in a position to buy, I would sit down today and start thinking about, okay, what does that look like for you? I'm going to go to the screen, see if we have any questions. And we have one there. Rosemary El Segundo asks, it's a good question. If I can't afford to buy where I live, should I buy something else? I get that question a lot because in our marketplace, certainly in Southern California, is very expensive. And you may not be able to afford to buy the home you're renting or afford to buy in the location you would like to live. So does it make sense to buy a rental property? The answer is almost always yes. I do recommend if you're buying your first rental property to consider buying it somewhere where you can physically get to in short order. You can certainly buy out of the state of California and find something really affordable. But for your first property, you want to be able to self-manage it, start to understand tenant situations, repair issues, things like that. Be involved in that process. As a general rule of thumb, if you want to build wealth in real estate, and that's why you're considering your first purchase, committing to buying one property a year or two a year for long-term growth plan is always great. So if you can't afford to buy in your neighborhood, consider buying somewhere else. Any other questions on the screen? I don't see any, but obviously you can send them in anytime. You can email me, post them live online or late online. Either way, I will get back to you. If you have any other questions, again, feel free to reach out. Thanks for watching today. We're going to close out another episode of the EdZone. This is Ed Kaminsky from Christie's International here in Manhattan Beach, California. You have a great day.